Hi, I am Zyrene Paloma, a college student from the College of Allied Health of the National University. I am a first level nursing student. In other words, I am only a freshman in my college department. Along with that, multiple struggles and challenges have come along my way during my years of studying. Most of them tested my care for myself and affected my well being less. And today, we will tackle the importance of self care in our daily lives. Particularly in light of the current state of the world, maintaining physical and mental health is imperative. Taking care of ourselves might assist us in moving beyond getting through the prospering and growing in these peculiar times. Let us ask ourselves first, what is self care? It is any action we consciously decide to take to look after our physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. So why do we have to give importance to self-care? There are numerous additional advantages to improving our physical and emotional health through self-care. It is not only about making us physically feel our best. Self-care can improve our quality of life and boost our ability to accomplish professional and personal objectives. It may have an effect on our happiness as well as the delight of the people around us. One can be more productive and improve one's ability to manage stress by practicing self-care. Self-care is significant for each of us as I believe it serves as our building block through achieving a prosperous and abundant eventuality. No matter the situation or state of the world, our health and well-being are crucial matters we must begin focusing on. If you haven't already, take a look at some of the simple strategies I am about to share to begin your self-care regimen. The scope of self-care includes supervising our mental, emotional, physical, and social well-being. First, to take care of our mental health, we should never stop learning to avoid stagnation. Second, acknowledging the way we feel is always a must. Our emotions never lie. Therefore, we must not neglect and gaslight them. Third, setting a daily habit of engaging in physical activities is helpful for our physical care. And lastly, having the time to interact with our loved ones would help us nurture a healthy relationship with them. Here are some personal self-care practices I employ to attain an elevated state of well-being that I am. For mental self-care, we must set a routine. I establish a schedule for my online classes, lesson reviews, and homework. Second, I periodically take breaks. I spend some time away from my academics and obligations, doing anything else to avoid getting drained immediately. And lastly, I schedule time for mentally soothing and creatively inspiring things. For emotional self-care, I build my support system by discussing my feelings with my loved ones, especially my family and friends. Recognizing that we aren't alone and that it's probable we're not the only one having problems can help us lessen our burdens. I practice gratitude as well. Every day, I consider at least 3 things for which I am grateful. This way, I learn to cope with being emotionally damaged and overwhelmed by everything happening in my surroundings. Moreover, let us maintain our morals and find tranquility in everything we do. We should put ourselves first before focusing on others to avoid being consumed by their life problems to the point that we are neglecting our emotional or mental stability. Taking care of our mental health can also include listening to a podcast, trying a new hobby, going to a museum, reading a book, or writing our thoughts. For physical self-care, bestowing our body the rest it needs to heal and maintaining a sleep regimen is a necessity. It's significant for overall wellness and it lowers our risk of developing some illnesses. Our body gets the energy it needs to go through the day when we eat a balanced diet that incorporates fruits, vegetables, nutritious proteins, or fats. Making our body move by exercising frequently or choosing a hobby we enjoy, our body and mood can both be improved by physical activities. Physical self-care also incorporates being active, such as going for a walk, a bike ride, taking a fitness class, etc. It also includes taking a relaxing bubble bath, dancing to your favorite song, getting a massage, or taking a nap. And lastly, social self-care. Spending time with others is a typical definition of social self-care. We must maintain connection with other people, but it can also mean the exact opposite. Consider which of your relationships are no longer beneficial to your life. It could be time to split ways with somebody, such as a friend or a relative, that you find draining to be around. Know who to trust and approach, and surround yourself with optimistic individuals with the same vibe as you. Sometimes, socially caring for ourselves is knowing that certain people are no longer deserving to stay in our lives. Their absence will not make us less of a person. Self-care should not be something we feel compelled to do, but rather something we enjoy doing. The definition and practice of self-care can vary from one person to another. It might include sitting still for some people, while calling for movement for others. The primary concept is to do something that re-energizes or recharges our inner soul. When we practice self-care, it is more likely we'll succeed in any life challenges. Without taking proper care of ourselves, it will be hard for us to achieve our goals because I believe we are our only warriors and weapon in all sorts of life battles. Waking up each day and knowing our purpose in life would help us achieve the kind of life that is productive and abundant. Knowing what things are good and not good in our lives is a form of self-care as well. Let's never hesitate to let go of people, routines, and things that are no longer healthy for our well-being. So, this is how growing up looks like. There will be these abrupt and slow transitions you get to experience every single day. And later on, you'll find yourself being overwhelmed and easily drained with everything. Growing older, you'll realize that the things you used to know so well are getting difficult. Responsibilities are getting heavier. The world becomes bigger. Your ideas are getting smaller. The maze you're trying to figure out becomes more confusing. When being true to yourself is invalidated. When disagreeing is seen as insecurity. When saying no is considered as weakness. When holding a title is the only success. When asking for help is harder to do and withdrawing yourself from the crowd is more convenient for you. It's draining to catch up with the world, to hold yourself back just to fit in. To set the things you're passionate of doing aside because they do not conform to society's practicality. These may be some of those abrupt or slow transitions, and things may differ from each individual, but we'll really get to experience things we thought we never had any idea about. But later on, we figure things out. I just really pray that we may find a peace, a safe place for the thoughts we just pile up in our head, for the things we love doing, for the feelings we take for granted, and even for the dreams we set aside. May we finally find peace knowing that regardless of how these changes change us, we still have the courage to create and enjoy a journey that is worthwhile. Once again, this is Zyrene Paloma from the National University Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Thank you for listening and hope you find the best version of you through self-care.